And thank you to everyone who's here listening in, and to the organisers for inviting me to take part today. For those of you who haven't heard of Veganuary, we're a UK charity. We're founded in the UK, but we work internationally. We were set up in 2014, and since then we've inspired and supported millions of people around the world to try vegan for January and the rest of the year, because people can actually sign up to our pledge any time of the year. And when they sign up, they get 31 days of email support with lots of recipes and nutritional info and meal plans and top tips and moral support to help them be successful in those 31 days of trying vegan. But we do more than that. We also work with businesses to help increase the number of vegan options, to improve the vegan options available in shops and in restaurants. And then we also do a lot of work with celebrities and the media to make veganism more visible and more accessible. This year, just gone, so January 2021 was our most successful year yet. We had 582,538 people sign up to try vegan with us, and that's from 209 countries and territories around the world, so virtually almost every country in the world. Our top countries are the ones where we have offices or where we run campaigns ourselves: so the UK, the US, Germany, Argentina, Chile. These are all countries where we have staff running campaigns, also in Brazil. And then some of these other countries in that list are ones where we work with local groups, so people who are already working on these issues there, and we partner with them to promote our pledge. This is a bit more detail on this year's campaign. So we had 566 new vegan products launched specifically for Veganuary around the world, and 259 new menu items launched for Veganuary. Our social media reach was 224 million people around the world through all of our channels. We operate in English, Spanish, Portuguese, and German. We had more than 57 companies take part in our Veganuary Workplace Challenge, where they signed up to get their entire workforce to try vegan in January, and then gave them support internally to be successful at that. We had over 1,500 media stories about us published, and we sent over 17 million support emails to our participants in the month of January alone. The UK this year, really, we reached new heights in the retail sector. So we saw all of our major supermarkets at least having a Veganuary webpage on their website, specifically labeled as Veganuary, and listing vegan products that they had available. But then we also saw supermarkets like Aldi having a dedicated webpage that also discussed the reasons why eating vegan is growing so much in popularity. We had a lot of in-store signage, so Tesco and Asda both had amazing Veganuary signage in their shop above their plant-based sections. And we found that most of the supermarkets found this year to be really successful. So they added more products to their shelves, and the sales of the products were up compared to last year. A couple examples of what we saw in store. So Tesco had multiple chilled cabinets with the Veganuary logo at the top. They had a cookbook section specifically of vegan cookbooks in January with the same branding. Asda actually used our logo on their chilled sections to highlight where their vegan products were, as did Whole Foods at the top. Aldi did something slightly different, but again, it was, dedicated chiller cabinets with very visible signage. Theirs said, if you'd like to try vegan for a season, which I think is also quite cute. And this is just a quote from the UK Retail Times saying that the UK saw record sales of plant-based. dunnhumby, which is a customer data science company in the UK, showed that in the first week of January, sales of vegan products represented a record $12 million. And the increase was largely driven by shoppers exploring new ranges, with nearly 31% more shoppers buying foods from the meat and dairy alternatives category for the first time So these are new customers coming to this area, buying plant-based products for the first time. We also saw some good retail activation in Germany this year. So we started our German campaign last year. 2020 was the first year we had a dedicated campaign in Germany. So they've made great strides in a short period of time. And I'm sure most of you know that veganism is incredibly popular and growing all the time in Germany as well. So again, Aldi did some great promotion. They also had it's not on this slide, but they had a collaboration with IKEA. IKEA launched some new products specifically for January, and we did a joint press release when that was launched. So demand there growing as well in Germany. And why? Why do these companies get on board with Veganuary? Well, in the UK, we had some data commissioned from Kantar a couple of years ago, and they calculated that although maybe 125,000 people sign up for Veganuary a year in the UK, that actually 10 times more people do Veganuary without officially signing up with us. So they calculated that in 2019, 1.3 million people in Britain actually gave up animal products in January, whereas the number that actually registered on our website from the UK in that same period was 130,000. And 832,000 of these people were giving up animal products for the first time. So they'd never taken part in Veganuary before, they'd never attempted a vegan diet before. So that is a huge customer base. And that is a big incentive for these retailers to go all out during January and use our logo and use our name in order to signpost all of these new customers or people who are buying these products for the first time to where they are and help them find them. It's in our interest because we want our participants to have the easiest and most successful vegan pledge possible, but it's also in the retailer's interest because we've created this huge demand for these products that month. So if they use our name and our branding, then it helps the customers actually find these products. The Kantar research also explored why this phenomenon is taking place. So first they looked at the demographics of the people who are giving up animal products, and they found that 68% were female compared to 32% male. That's actually a much more even split than we find when we survey our participants. Ours consistently is over 80% female. But they're sampling people who didn't necessarily take the action to sign up with us. It appears that, with us, people who actually are so committed that they register on our website, overwhelmingly female. Their age range is quite similar to ours, actually. A lot of people think this is being driven by the sort of 18 to 25-year-olds. We don't find that. Ours is 25 to 50-year-old, pretty much an even split. And they found that 30 to 65 were the highest categories. And then the reasons for trying vegan in January, these are the same reasons that we find when we survey our people. It tends to be split pretty evenly, really, between health, animal welfare, and the environment. And health and animal welfare kind of swap places for the number one reason every year, and then the environment tends to be third. So this is all pretty consistent with what we find as well. Oops. There we go. And then it's also not just a January phenomenon. So although a lot of people will do this during January, we always survey our participants at the end of their pledge and ask them several questions. So first of all, we ask them if they managed to successfully complete the month, stayed vegan for the whole month. And last year, from our 2020 participants, 72% of those who had managed a vegan diet for all of January said that they planned to stay vegan afterwards. 93% of those who weren't committing to stay vegan said they were likely to try vegan again in the future. And 60% of our participants told us that the challenge was actually easier than they expected. So these are consumers going forward, either staying vegan or willing to give veganism a go in the future, or just planning to reduce the amount of animal products that they eat going forward. And we actually added a question about that to our survey this year, and the results really are showing that the majority of people who don't plan to stay vegan do still plan to reduce their animal product consumption by at least 50%. So this is how we help businesses put Veganuary into action in their stores. We have the Veganuary Business Support Toolkit, and we will send this out for requests it. And in this toolkit, we've got lots of helpful information. So we try and give people advice based on our participant survey on the types of products that people are looking for when they take part in Veganuary. So here you can see that the products that people bought in the supermarket, so the largest category was chilled ready meals, then we had chilled desserts, frozen pizza, chilled pizza, frozen ready meals, chilled soup, etc. And then also which products people missed the most. So if you're looking at NPD, what are the things that people really miss? Cheese consistently comes out on top. I know it has for this year as well. We're just in the process of analysing the 2021 results, but cheese has come out on top again. Interestingly, meat, very low. So only 2% of people said they missed meat. And I think this is a reflection of just how many amazing meat alternatives are now available in the shops. You know, you can get dozens of sausages, dozens of burgers, meatballs, chicken nuggets. You know, virtually every meat now has several vegan alternatives available for people. Cheese is getting there, but I still think at the moment it's predominantly the melty cheeses that you might use on something like pizza, and less so cheese that you would have with crackers. Then we give retailers tips on what they can do. So in-store activation, you know, actually using the signposting of Veganuary on the shelves where the vegan products are, banners outside, so advertising some of the top products that you have available, using our logo so that people know even when they're driving past, oh, I can go and get my stuff for Veganuary in there. We've got Tesco did a mail out. I think they did that again this year, where they highlighted some of their vegan products and also had coupons offering discounts. Something we've not seen yet that we would really love to see a shop do is a Veganuary store tour, you know, to actually publish a map that we can distribute to our participants that show them exactly where in the store they will find the different vegan products. Because I think this is one thing even I find confusing sometimes when you go into the supermarket, like the chilled is in one section and then the shelf stable is somewhere else, and sometimes the chilled is separated into different areas by category. So a map that shows people exactly where they can find the products in your shop would be amazing. Special offers, I mean, everyone loves a discount, right? And particularly when you're trying new products. So, and some of these products, you know, we know that the like for like meat and dairy alternatives can be more expensive than their counterparts. And people can be quite reticent to pay quite a bit of money for a product, not knowing whether they're going to like it or not. So if you offered a discount on your plant-based products to encourage people to try them and give them a go, then it's less risk on their part and they're going to be much more likely to give it a try. And we also feature special offers on our website, and this is a big part of our pledge series as well. So we plug it several times during our pledge series and let people know what special offers are being offered in all the different countries where we run campaigns. And that section on our website, I believe last year in the 2020 campaign, was visited 1 million times. So everybody loves a bargain. We get lots of online promotion of Veganuary as well. So many businesses actually put up their own social media content using the hashtag Veganuary or Veganuary 2021, using this as an opportunity to tell their customers, you know, come here, come to our shop. We've got loads of things for everyone who's taking part in Veganuary, and not just about their products, but recipes, background information. So this year Marmite did a brilliant campaign all focused on the B12 content of their yeast spread, you know, for people taking part, very tongue-in-cheek, but you know, it was really good. So now lots of people know that B12, or Marmite is a great source of B12, and even if they weren't buying it before, they might now be buying it if they've chosen to stick with a vegan diet after Veganuary. And in our toolkit, we've got a link to all sorts of assets that you can download. So it's our logo, it's some social media content like the Protect the Planet, Take the Pledge. We've got templates like the Come Try the New Dish on our menu. So it's actually got our logo already on it, and you can just drop your pictures in there, and all sorts of things that you can utilize for a point of sale in the store, banners, posters, magazine ads, whatever you want to do to promote the products that you're pushing during Veganuary or any time of the year. So if you want to find out more, you want a copy of this toolkit, please email us at corporate@veganuary.com. We'll be more than happy to send it to you and work with you to try and help you increase the plant-based sales, not just in January, but all year round.